How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome in, welcome in. How have you guys been today? What do you think of my new space? This is like actually the first time actually showing this to everyone. I'm really happy and excited about it. It's cute, isn't it? So this is actually kind of like a representation of my own like library office back in the cosmos. So like that's like the whole design of this place. Yeah, right, it's adorable, isn't it? I got the design. I got like the overlays and like the design from Obeli, who is on Fiverr. I think like her art is really good. So I'm very glad that like I got like this particular one from her. And then like the chat itself, as you can tell, it's like a little bit of like a constellation style. That is actually a chat widget. If I'm not wrong, the lady's called Mizue shop. I probably need to check that again. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? How is the audio for you? Is the audio good? Is the audio just fine? The music, everything is fine? It's clear? Great. So the music's not annoying you, right? It's in perfect like pitch and everything, right? Oh, you can hear the music? Let me see. Is the music too soft for you? Can you hear it now? It shouldn't be too loud that it covers my voice. But I hope that it's like a little nice little background like vibe going on. All good? Okay, good to hear, good to hear. So before I begin today, proper, I'm actually really excited. I prepared a lot of stuff. Just have to say the usuals. Welcome and thank you for coming to my stream. Just note that this stream, as with all of my other streams, are part of a UBC research study about the VTubing community. While today's content may not be related to the research topic, if you chat with me via the chat, you're considered as consenting to participating in the UBC research study. So anything entered into this chat, plus the recorded live stream, will be used as research data. If you chat at me and you realize that you don't want to be a part of this, feel free to DM or email me at any time. If you're just here to watch, feel free to stay around. You'll not be considered a participant, as no data are used to chat, aside from your viewership, which is always appreciated. If you want to know more about my study, I have a link right there. I can't point with this model because I created it and I don't really have skills or to like big hands. But it's on like the side of like the screen if you can see it. And my head is pointing towards there right now. That's the ethics ID. You can find out more about it online, right over there. And let's get started proper. I am really excited. I actually really like the Zeus chatting screen a lot. My favorite is how like it's so transparent and you can get to like look around my place. Maybe I should just show you guys what the place is like before I actually go into my presentation about more about me, I guess. So as you can tell, this is in the Cosmos. This is actually like a replication of my library slash office. I did my best to kind of replicate it in this setting. That's my book bag, and then there's my table. You can see the Cosmos right outside, and then all of the books that I have. So there's Kafka, and there is also Camus. I do love the absurdist literature, so there's that. There's also like Erewhon by Samuel Butler. I honestly don't know why I have that. I think it was because like I went to LA like a few months before, and I went to like the actual supermarket with, I think it was, who was it? Hailey Bieber's smoothie, the $27 smoothie. And it was at Erewhon, and my friends wanted to go, so I was like, fine, let's just all head over to Erewhon together. And I think it just stuck in my head. And then when I when I was there, I was like, why is this place called Erewhon? I was confused. So I decided to pick up the book. I haven't had time to read it yet. That's on me. But I have the book in my collection. I actually do have it as a, let me see, what, what was it? Let me take a look. This is, I think, a 1960, it's almost 100-year-old book, I think. Let me see, how old are you? This was published, May 1945. So it has not yet 100 years, but it is a very fragile book, I would say. Yeah. But that is one of those books. I have a few others as well. Some are more contemporary, some are more like past. But maybe we can chat about that in the future. So maybe we can like touch about the presentation itself. I made a presentation just for this. Hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, there's going to be a lag, just letting you guys know, because giving you guys a heads up, there is going to be a chat lag. I cannot do anything about it because the area that the connection from the Cosmos is bad. I can't do anything about it. They have not updated it in ages. I don't know why. But that's just how it is. Hopefully there is probably only like a 5-second lag. I don't think there is any more than that. But yeah, it should just be a 5-second lag. I hope that there is any other like crazy stuff happening. But yeah, shall we move on to the actual life activity screen? I'm actually so nervous about this. Not really sure how it's gonna work out, but I hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah. Let's see. So yes, here we are. Grand Star Super Mario presentation on the immortal Kilo and how she came to be. Yes, I made this presentation myself. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. Okay. Let's see. I am gonna try to make this as fun as possible because I don't know how much information y'all will be interested in. So, here we are. A presentation on minor immortal Kilo and how she came to be. So, some basic information about me. My name is Kilo. That's all. My name is Kilo. There's no other way of knowing it. If I had a friend who asked me about, like, or at least someone who asked me about my government name. Even if I told you, you probably wouldn't understand it. Because like the language that we use in the cosmos is very different from the ones that we hear in the human world. So that's not probably going to be something that you guys can hear, but I would try. So basically, my name is Do you get that? Do you get that? You get my name. Let me say it one more time. Hopefully you can get it this time around. My government name is Do you get that? Okay. I hope you guys did. Because I'm never gonna repeat it ever again. Because it's never gonna be a name that y'all will use. So yeah, my name is Kilo. My birthday is 1st of October. The first day when I began this. You love language barriers. I love language barriers too. It makes life so much more interesting, isn't it? So my birthday is on 1st of October. I am a minor immortal, so I don't have a year that I was born, purely because I was around before time was a thing. So I don't actually know when I was formed. I was just not there and then I was there. So but because of social media, I have to put down a birthday because they don't apparently allow us to put question marks. I know, minor immortal, major problem. Yeah, it's a huge problem. So you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it. On social media, I'm officially 28 years old. 1997. I'm a 1997 liner. because I think 28 is such a nice age to be at. But I am officially do not have an age. So yeah, just take me as a young person, guys. I'm a young person. That's all you need to know. So yes, back to my rank. I'm a minor immortal, and that's a major problem because as a minor immortal, I basically don't have any power whatsoever. I am literally just vibing along in space, and doing whatever the other major immortals want me to do. So the major immortals are basically people, or at least like celestial entities that they gain enough attention, and such that they gain power to become major. They're significant enough for people to recognize them. I personally don't really care for those titles and never really chased after them, so I never really have enough attention as an immortal to gain the title of major. So I am a minor immortal. I only do their bidding because I just want to be left alone. That's all. Like also great power brings great responsibility, right? And I just don't think I have the aptitude for that. So yes, I am merely a minor immortal. So although I am created from space with all the immortals, technically we all live and kind of like, since we're created from the same matter, like we all pretty much the same. We're supposed to be from the same family, but I do have a few people that I'm close to enough that I call my family. So there's like Milo, there's Silo, and Hino. Milo and Silo are both in the actually all three of them are in the organization. It's just that they're all in different roles. We don't get to see each other often. But I think we have a very special connection that keeps us together, and this is why they are my family. So my occupation, I am a researcher, as I mentioned at the very beginning. I've been mentioning it across the entire time. I am a researcher, and I work for a company called The Institution. So, what is The Institution, you may ask? Here is The Institution. The Institution is basically who I work for. Order is our CEO. Maybe let me just start with our historical beginnings, okay? To frank with you, the institution didn't like exist at first. They were like kind of like all the immortals, like major immortals, were very happy with like the attention they were receiving, not just from humans but across the galaxy. So like they were like, oh, you know what? This is great. We can just listen to them. We just offer them whatever like whatever help they need, and they will love us. And then that will be it for life. But then they didn't realize that humans were like, this is not enough. We don't want gods and religion or like spirits and all that stuff anymore. We want to be gods ourselves. And they decide to bring in secularization. So basically the others panicked, the immortals panicked. They panicked really hard. And Order, who is basically our CEO and also the most powerful god, because Order is the most powerful immortal because he gained a lot of attention over that whole like hoo-ha over like we need to put aside religion and have secularity and order and all that stuff. So Order came into power and they were like, we need to create an institution. We need this institution to continuously cater to people's needs. And this is why we have omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience as the three departments that is within the institution. Hello, Dr. Lee, welcome in. We don't want spirituality, we want capital. That is true. And Order loves capitalism. Don't tell him I say that, please. Don't. I don't want to die. I only am a very minor immortal. So basically, let me briefly run through with you like what are the different branches. So omnipotence is basically a department of surveillance. They're the ones that keep us in check, partly due to a major incident involving several trickster immortals. I wouldn't name names, but they're the ones that force us to have the book. So the book is basically a series of rules that we immortals have to follow. If not, we'll either lose our immortality or we get probation in the black hole. I'm not a fan of black hole. I don't think any of the immortals are, but there have been a few people who are like returnees, I would say, that have been to the black hole and back, and I refuse to be there. Those is that bleh, never. So then there is omnipresence, which Order is directly handling. They're basically a department of governance. They're the ones that oversee the institution and make sure that everyone's doing what they need to do, and making sure that everyone gets their work done. And finally, we have omniscient. I can never pronounce this right. Omniscient, not omniscient. Omniscient. There we go. And it's actually run by my boss, Niles. I put that as other regions and C, Southeast Asia, because Southeast Asia was the branch that I was from. Every region have a branch. I was from the Southeast Asian branch, and then now I am in HQ. So basically what we do is we research stuff and then we basically report back to Omnipresence and tell them like, hey, this is what the people are up to, and maybe we should look at this direction, and see how that's gonna turn out. So that's also the reason why I went from Southeast Asia, the Southeast Asia branch, to like the HQ, because they decided that like I was a good fit for like understanding why VTubers like are running rampant across like the world, and they were like, you got to do this. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to at first, but then Niles, who is my boss, was like, you got to do this. I think you'll be a good fit, and because I can't say no, if not I'll be sent to the black hole, so I said yes, and here we are. Here we are indeed. Even though I'm here to work, I am planning on having as much fun as possible, so you guys are gonna have fun with me. That's all I ask. All I ask is for you guys to have fun with me. Okay? So, let's move on to more fun stuff. Let's move on to more fun stuff. But I think before I move on to fun stuff, I just want to show you like what are the other like toggles that I have. I hope the sound is okay for all of you. Please, like, if any of you feel that the audio is a little bit off, I'm talking a little bit too loud for your liking, just let me know and I will adjust the audio accordingly, okay? Yeah. So just to show you what toggles I have glasses. Let me say glasses. Where are my glasses? There we are. There's my glasses. Can you see my glasses? I am actually very proud of this glass, so I'm gonna like zoom this real quick in. Can you see? I found it. I found it. I found it awesome. I found it. Look at it. Look at how it reflects the light of my monitor. Cool, eh? I wanted them to be like the Kung Fu Hustle spectacles, so I was like, I'm gonna make them like the Kung Fu Hustle like spectacles instead. And like the best part is Grandma has wrinkles too. What do you think? I love my wrinkles. I think they give me such character. No? I also do have a cane. You can't really see it, it's just right here. I don't think I'll ever use that, purely because, I don't think it's really that much of like a significant thing. What did young grandma look like? She looked like that, without glasses, okay? I think young grandma, yeah, I can't draw hands, so you can't see it. Oh no, I went too far. Yes, I bet young grandma was, I know, I am such a stoner, I know. I would say, like, my real form is a lot nicer than this. Back in the day, I know, if like, I get a chance to, invest in a competitive model, maybe I will bring young grandma back. But for now, this is all you're getting. Okay, this is all you're getting. This is all you're getting from me. There is no other me right now. This is all you're getting. So yeah, okay, let's move on from that. Personal stuff. So the languages I can speak is English, Mandarin, and Korean. So simply put, yeah, those are the languages I can speak. I don't think anyone here would want me to speak in those languages. But just like in case, 你们好，我叫 Kilo，请多关照. That's in Chinese and Mandarin, I guess. Oh, young grandma is the ephemeral blob floating in the space. Oh, you mean like baby grandma, like not young grandma, because young grandma already had a form. Baby grandma is probably just an ephemeral blob floating in space. Maybe I should draw that one day. Maybe I should draw that one day. Thank you for your suggestion. I should like show you guys how I look like. That's pictures. And then in Korean it'll be like 안녕하세요, 킬로입니다. 잘 부탁드립니다. And if I want to say stuff like about like 구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정 주세요. That's pretty much it. I don't think I will actually get to use much of those languages on stream. Purely because I think English will be. I mean, if anyone wants to talk to me in Mandarin or in Korean, by all means, come. I don't mind that. Yeah. So those are the languages. My specialties is I'm very good with my hands, and I also love learning new things. Hobbies include crafting, which you see a lot on this channel. Gutin, which is this Chinese 7-string instrument that I play. I'm not good at it, but I have started learning it in the past 2 years, and I want to get better at it. So maybe one of these days we might have a stream where you to see me plucking away and figuring things out. I also dance. I also love dancing, and I also love cooking. Maybe we might do a cooking stream. I don't know. I think cooking streams are logistically difficult. Dancing streams are impossible. I don't have a mocap suit. We can't do that. My likes, I love cute stuffed toys. I love the smell. I love coffee. I love the smell of rain. I love autumn, and I love camping. And I just like messy places, gacha games, mahjong, and ball games. Yes. Any of these that you guys want me to explain further about? Any of these? Any at all? If I have to explain myself about my dislikes, I think I don't like gacha games, probably because I don't have a lot of money. And I think in-game items, controversial opinion, I know friends who love like gacha games. In-game items are like one of the things I freaking hate the most. Like I love in-game items, but I feel like collecting them is hard. I personally don't subscribe to that. So gacha games are out of my list. Please stream mahjong. No. No. Who am I ever gonna play with? I'm gonna be playing it alone. Unless you're telling me to like have a collab stream with like 3 other people to play mahjong, and I will lose terribly. I think it's a pretty good idea, but like I said I dislike mahjong. Why are you making me stream it? I'm not gonna do that. Online mahjong, no. What part of dislike do you not like? I mean, you can ask me questions from time to time. I will try and answer them. There is a Q&A time at the end, in like 2 slides later. But you can start asking them now. I'll try and answer them anytime, But yeah, if there is no other questions about this page, I will move on. What is Grandma's BL OTP? Oh, the people need to know. Okay, so for like those people who don't understand what BL is basically boys love. My OTP is, I cannot remember the name, so I'm googling now. Give me a moment. I've got it. Okay, my OTPs are basically from like a drama called What You Eat Yesterday. It's a JBL about a 50-year-old gay couple called Shiro Kakei and Kenji Yabuki. And like how they actually, live their lives together and like cooking and stuff. OTP is 355672. Need to use on the next trip. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my OTP. That's my OTP. No, but yes, it answered Dr. P's question. My BL OTP is Shirokake and Kenji Yabuki, because I love how older couples are being portrayed in that drama. And oh my gosh, I didn't even get that octopus there. That's so cute. But yeah, I really love that BL drama purely. Okay, so the thing is, there's a few things why I like that couple is my OTP, because I feel like they represent such like a strong, like, bright future for gay or at least LGBTQ couples around the world, and show them that this is possible as a life, even though it may be hard, but it's possible to have a family, make a family, and like live for a long time with your loved one. And I also really love it because Shirokake teaches so many good recipes that I actually still use in my cooking today. So sometimes I actually refer to the BL drama itself for cooking tips. Yeah, pop. I feel like Awesome has found like the emoticon thing and kind of stop. That's a very cute cat too, honestly. Okay, if there's no other questions about this page, I'm gonna move on. If you want to ask me like what's my more fun OTP, BL OTP, it is Hua Cheng and Xie Lian from Heaven's Official Blessing, because those two are like peak couple behavior. I actually have the entire volume in Fan Ti Zhi. Don't ask me how I read it. I just managed to. Don't ask me how whether or not I can read it out loud. That's never gonna happen. I'm probably gonna pronounce so many words wrong. But yeah, those two are my OTPs and boys love. So next, personal continue. My favorite fruit: soup, noodles, anything chewy, and sweets. So when anything chewy and sweet, basically like anything is mochi, dangos. What else? Rice balls. What other things are sweet and chewy? Yeah, anything that's mochi like. I like anything that's mochi like. Yeah, I love soup as well. A lot of soup. Rice balls. Yeah, rice balls are great. I think it's almost season for rice balls. I am planning on making some with glutinous rice, like fermented glutinous rice. Soon. I actually cannot wait for that. I'm gonna consume so many rice balls. So many. My least favorite food in the world is silkworms. In Korean they call it pontegi. I freaking hate those. No offense to people who love silkworms. I think if you love silkworms, all power to you. I think you're amazing. I think you're doing a great job. You have a very unique flavor profile, and I respect you for that. I cannot take silkworms in the way that the Koreans make it, like they stew it. I can't. I haven't tried the fried ones though. I know that they're really huge ones in like a Chinese cuisine. I don't know if I ever tried that. I do like mealworms. I do like fried mealworms. They are pretty nice to snack on. I think those are pretty okay. I don't like oysters as well. So yeah, pontegi and oysters are two things that I don't like. My favorite literature is absurdism, Buddhism, fantasy, and BL. It's weird, I know. There's such a huge leap, right? Absurdism, Camus, Kafka, few of my favorite authors. Modernism, James Joyce. Don't kill me. I think James Joyce has a very interesting writing technique, and I really appreciate and admire him for that. Anything. Oh, I didn't put it in here. Gothic literature. I love Gothic literature. Anything to do with Dracula, Frankenstein. Those are like the kinds of stuff that I really like too. Fantasy. House Moving Castle. Not the movie. I love the movie, but I felt it didn't do the book justice. I think the books by Diana Wynne Jones are so good. You should really check them out if you haven't. They bring so much life to Hal that I think they didn't do it justice in the movies itself. And obviously BL, which I think Dokbi has figured out. How is Isekai protagonist? Yeah, he's just whiny. He's just whiny in his head and such a baby. I think he's hilarious. Scottish uni student. So, are you suggesting that all Scottish uni students are isekai protagonists? Because I think that's kind of a fast stretch, but like, I kind of agree with you, but also don't. Oh God, I really need to get back to those books. I haven't had like tried them in such a long time. As for music, I love band music. Any John like from what countries? English band music, Chinese band music, Korean, Japanese, and Thai. I just like band music in general more so than pop music. I do listen to pop music, but I just think band music is something that I really really love. In my free time, I do like listening to different countries, different like bands from different countries, and just like enjoying the music that they produce. Chill lo-fi as well, just for like studying and doing stuff. Not the AIs, but like chill songs are great. What is my take on the recent JYP game show collab with Na PD? I haven't watched that. I saw that Na PD. I saw a viral clip where Na PD actually said that stray was not an English word, and then Bang Chan got really pissed off and was like, "Stray is a freaking English word." That was all I saw from that game show collab. I haven't actually watched it. Once I do, I will let you know. But what are your thoughts about it? Why do you think what have you watched it? What are your thoughts about it? Don't mind me, I'm just drinking some water. While waiting for Awesome to reply, shall we just move on? Okay. So let's just talk a little bit about our future streaming plans. Funny lol, but the challenges are funnier. Okay. I will check it out. I'll check it out and I will talk about it on my next stream if I have time, because next stream is on Halloween. It's a Halloween stream, so probably we'll talk a little bit more, but like for now, we're gonna like see I will watch it. I'll definitely watch it. Les Seraphim and Day 6. That's not a combination that I would expect. Okay, I wouldn't have expected a combination. But we'll see. We'll see. Also, I'm a Day 6 fan. I'm a huge Day 6 fan. I love their music a lot. Their music make me cry. But no offense. I love them very much. No hate, please. I felt like their latest album wasn't something to write home about. That's my stance. The decade, that album, the latest album they released for like the 10th year anniversary, there were one song that I thought was pretty good, but like the rest was a little bit, I wish they could have done more experimentation. So now my most favorite album from them I think is Entropy. Yeah. No, man, Mix and Day 6 or something. Okay, I'll check it out and I'll update you. I'll check it out and I'll update you. So let's just talk a little bit about my future streaming plans. So my future streaming plans are basically I do plan on doing more crafts. So like knitting, metalwork, maybe metal knitting. I've been seeing those videos online a lot and I really want to try it out. I think my hands might bleed, but if I could find like soft enough wire, I think it should work out fine. Yeah, we're gonna do a bit of knitting later on. It's a pattern that I'm really excited for. It's in Korean, so I'll be doing a bit of translation as well. Bear with me for that, but like I think it'll be fun. Games wise, Animal Crossing, definitely. I have been doing it for my pre-debut streams. I will probably continue doing that as well. For my upcoming streams, indie games, I do have a few lined up actually. I just have to get around to downloading them. I haven't had time. I would get it yet. And also, this is something I'm really excited about. Apparently, HoYoverse, the company that was behind Genshin Impact, is releasing an Animal Crossing-like game called Petite Planet. And I am actually really excited for that. I don't know when they're gonna release it. I hope they release it in time for me to play it before the end of this research project. But yeah, I am excited about that. I'm hoping, cause I know that HoYoverse, all of their games are gacha games. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that the gacha mechanic would not be like the representative mechanic in that particular game, because I just want a nice game without gacha. So crossing fingers that Petite Planet is gonna be fun. Not gonna be like all about a gacha, so that's something that I'm excited about. maybe I'll be doing also might be doing some literature streams. So like maybe like it's one or two streams on Asian book recommendations, maybe some book discussions. I might upload a book or two or like a book a week before and say that I'll be talking about this. If anyone wants to like come and chat with me and mingle with me for that, you can do that too. Oh, and my chat covered it, but I actually wrote literary theory. Uh, I mean, let's be frank, right? I have to do research after all. So, we will probably have one or two streams talking about literary theory, and basic literary theory. Not nothing too difficult. Just like discussing about like what kind of theoretical frameworks are there. Um, I don't know how many of you are interested in that, but we'll probably do it. I don't know. And we'll see how things work out. Yeah, so that's probably gonna be doing for literature. Others, I'll probably if I'm too tired, we might do write with me streams. I'll play music like the good scene with me. More like chill streams whereby we're not really doing too much. Um, just to, like tide things over a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the future streaming plans. I don't really have anything else aside from that. Yeah, that's that's it for me, guys. Any final questions? Um, I will probably give it like a few minutes for the final questions to come rolling in. If not, we'll move on to the next bit in our stream today, which will be knitting. Um, I have not talked as much as I did as this now. So I welcome any questions that any of you might have. If you have them, let's go knitting. Okay. Oh, before that, I do want to show you something. I had there's no follows yet, so like I haven't managed to show it. So I'm just gonna like give like event emulator to just show it off. But this is what happens when somebody follows me. Look at that, isn't that cute? I actually originally wanted to make the audio myself. I actually had like a few jingles ready to go. But I am not an expert on cleaning audio, so it all turned out a little bit like muffly and stuff. And because of that, I decided against it. So I decided to just use like online royalty-free version of it to get this. Isn't it cute? I love the sound. It's so adorable. Welcome to the stream, Badoots. Thank you. Okay, if there's no final questions, we're going on to knitting. So just give me a moment while I get things settled up, okay? Welcome back, guys. So yes, here we are. Is the sound okay for all of you? No issues still with the sound? All good? So today we're going to be making, or at least starting on the cherry bomb cardigan. As you can see here, it's a very, very cute cardigan, isn't it? There's like the smaller version right here, and then there's also the larger version right here. This is actually a paid pattern on Ravelry. I put a link in my Twitter, so if you're interested in it, you can check that out. But yeah, let me just change the category of this real quick. Okay, now we are moving on to makers and crafts. So yeah, this is the cherry bomb cardigan. It is a Korean pattern, as you can tell. So there's like Tongbu, which is the content, and then the knitting techniques, and then the pattern swatch, and then like the different sizings for that. I wouldn't go too much into detail into this, purely because it's basically just technical details about how it's gonna be made. Generally, when you're doing sweaters, you usually start from like the back of the sweater, and then work down the front of it like that before working on the sleeves. So this is what it looks like. Prior to doing, what's the difference between European knitting and Korean? There's no difference. The biggest difference is actually between European. There's no difference between European and Korean knitting. It's actually the same thing. It's just that the terminology might be a little bit nifty to sift through, just probably because they're in different languages. But other than that, there isn't really any major differences between the two, I would say. Let me just change music because I feel like it's a little bit hard to talk over. Yeah, I think this might be better. Yeah, let's go with this instead. Yeah, let's go with this instead. We will, when we are getting into knitting, we will do more of like the more song requests and stuff. But for now, because I'm talking, I'm just gonna keep it without sound. What about Western and Korean? There is no difference, guys. It's literally just the language. There is a difference. Okay, so hear this out. There is a difference between British and American terminology for crochet. Okay, but that's for crochet. That's one needle. Knitting is two needles, and the terminology across all knitting is the same thing. Later, when I show you my camera perspective, then I will probably talk a little bit more about the different ways to knit. But inherently, there's no differences in knitting techniques. But yeah, so back I was saying, basically, before you start on any knitting project, because knitting, okay, to me, knitting is a lot like coding. You have to be very precise with it, so it's very important to always have a gauge. So if you can see at the bottom here, let me just like bring this up for you a little bit. There is a gauge over there, over here. They wrote Mariaji gauge, which is basically just the normal gauge that you have. And then there is a moni, which is Korean for pattern gauge. So they asked us to do two gauges purely to check like the differences, like how big and how small it is. So let me just cut straight to my main screen so you can see like how it may look different. Let's see here. Ooh, let me just clear it out of the way. I think you can see it. So you can actually see, so before I get started on the gauge itself, this is the yarn that I'm using. Is the Barraco Ariella 74 cotton and merino wool. I don't use acrylic yarn at all. It's a personal preference. Because I mean acrylic is cheaper. But it's plastic, and I personally have issues with using plastic in my own knitting. So I generally try to look for cotton, or natural fibers in general. Um, Generally, I think I mentioned in the previous stream itself that merino wool is basically sheep wool, right? Animal wool is generally holds its shape better than plant fiber wools. So like bamboo and stuff is a lot softer. So it actually like does very well with like very flowy textures instead. So this is the yarn that I'm using today. It's called Frosted Peach. And here are the gauges that I did a while back. So let me just rezoom that in. So as you can see, this is actually what we call the mariage gauge in Korean. I usually just call it like a normal gauge where everything is a stockinette stitch. So this is basically what it's looking like without any patterns, and this is the one with the patterns itself. So as you can tell, like there is this like the X pattern, which is like the cherry cardigan in the center, and this. So the thing about it is that such patterns. Oh, I realized I was flipping it. Such patterns tend to like pull the yarn in a little bit harder. So it's always important that if you're doing knits with different kind of styles like that, to actually do two different ones, so that you can actually kind of gauge and see like how they actually might turn out in the end. So for back to like this iPad thingy, as you can tell, it writes here 19 stitches and 27 rows. 19 stitches and 27 rows, and like the length of it is 13 cm by 14.7 cm. And if you actually go back to this itself, you realize that my gauges is actually a little bit more smaller. So just now I was mentioning the pattern is supposed to be 13 inches across, but my own one is actually 11.5. If you can see that. If I'm not explaining it well, just stop me. I will try my best to explain it again. Knitting is kind of like a bit of a challenge for people. It is for me too. It takes a lot of trial and error. And then the length that the gauge asks for is 14.7. So for me, I only have 13 cm. So it's until here, 13 cm. I don't know if you can see it in the light because it's like a transparent one. But yeah, it's like 13 cm right here. So the gauge itself for both of it is a lot smaller than the actual pattern. So I would have to size up. So my sizing originally was S, as you can see I highlighted it right here. But then because my gauge is a lot smaller and I want it to be fitted to my body, I will go instead with this M. So that's how I figured the gauge out. But the good thing about knitting is that even though it's precise like that, you don't actually have to follow it to a T. Usually when I knit sweaters, because my body, I have a shorter torso as compared to other people, I do tend to measure it to my own body, to a length that I like before I actually like skip to the next step. So you don't actually have to follow patterns by T, and I think that's the beauty of being able to knit your own things, because you can get to customize stuff. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Let me just switch over to the M size for this. So this is the medium, and here is the thing we're going to do. So today we're going to do the back first. So it asks for 4.5 mm needles, and just like to hook on 77 like stitches, and then you can start from the back. So we are going to do this thing called German short rows. So German short rows, it's a little bit okay. To explain what German short rows are, basically it kind of creates like this kind of like let me just like move it here a little bit so you can see what I'm saying. Let me just like shift this a bit. Yeah, there we go. It creates like this like interesting kind of like slope upwards, so that it will shape your body naturally to create like a very nice like slope down your body. It kind of shapes like the fabric to your body as you start as you go down. So you know how your torso is kind of like a V shape, like an inverted V shape. Yeah, so it follows that V shape downwards and gives it a really nice like curve slope thingy for your shoulders itself. I don't think I explained that well. When I'm done with this, you probably will get what I mean. But basically, it says that I will need to have 77 stitches on my needle here. So I'm using circular needles this time around just because it's easier for the stitches to hold and it wouldn't fall off if I were to use just a normal needle. So just now, I think Doc P was asking about what's the difference between Western and Korean knitting. As I mentioned, there isn't a difference. It really just is the language that you have to work through itself. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same patterns. I know of a lot of knitters that do not speak Japanese, but use Japanese patterns. I personally don't, purely because I haven't been to Japan much to actually do a lot of that kind of knitting patterns. So we're doing Korean today. So over here we have 77 stitchers. What the thing was asking for is basically to pull, so you see there's 77, right? They asked us to actually pull 57 for the first row of, so wait, let me just write this down so it's clearer for you. 77 stitches at first, and then this is the back. Anmyeon is the back, okay? So you have to purl 57 of it, and you'll be left with 20 stitches right here. So once you reach 20 stitches, you flip it around and you do what she called a DS. So a DS here means like a double stitch, but you're not exactly adding anything to it. You're just basically creating what we call a German short row. A German short row is basically like what I mentioned just now. It creates like a sloping effect to give like a very nice shape to your knitting. So let's just do that right now. I actually decided to use like this hook here to kind of mark out where I need to do the double, like the German short row stitch, so that it's easier for me to figure it out. So I'm just gonna purl 57 right now. Does any of that confuse you guys? Anyway, what I was trying to say just now about the purl and knits is that generally British purl and knit usually starts from the strand of your working strand is on this side of your hand. I personally was taught the British way of purling, so this is what I'm used to, but it is not the fastest way of knitting. There is another way of knitting, which is what we call the continental knitting, and what they do is they bring the yarn. As you can see, the working yarn is now on my left hand instead, like that. And what they do is they basically, if I'm not wrong, I haven't done this in a while, holy. They basically bring it like down and upwards like that. And if you're used to that, you're a lot faster with it, but because I'm not as good as that, so I usually tend to just do like the British version of it instead. It really depends on who you get taught by. My teacher was a slow knitter. No, she actually knits really fast. It's just me. I have a tendency to knit really slowly. So yeah. And if like my model's eyes are closing when I'm looking down, I am sorry. I've tried to fix it, but apparently like the sensitivity is really high for my character. So no matter what I do, if I look down, it looks like my eyes are closing, but I promise you I am not sleeping. It just really is me focusing on what I need to focus, which is the knits. Also, let's just switch back to like the music stuff. Today I wanna play Korean. Have any song requests, friends? Let me know. Later when I'm doing like the knit back, I will show you how they do continental knitting, because ironically the only one that I really did practice for is the knitting version of continental and not the purling one. This is a purl where your yarn is right in front of like your right needle, and you're just basically going through like that, looping it around and throwing it off. But I must say I have been very excited and like been looking forward to starting this project for a while now. Purely because I actually bought this pattern like a few months ago, and I actually bought the yarn like a month ago. I've been really wanting to get to this. Okay, so we have reached the point right here. So we have reached like the 57 stitches of the purl itself. So what we do when we're doing a German short row, for a purl row, we turn it around such that it is on like the knitting side of things like that. Oh, just like shift this around like that. Yeah. So now we're on like the knitting side of it, and then what we do is that we bring this in front. Wait, let me try to remember. If it's a purl, I don't have to do that. Let me look at my notes because, you know, I'm still learning. Let's see, what does it say? If it's a purl row, don't work, and I bring left stitch to right needle. So what I have to do is bring it on a knit way like that, and then zip it forward. And my yarn must be at the front of the work. Okay, wait, let me just do that real quick. So this is at the front of the work, and then I bring this like that, so that this is the front like that, and then pull it up till it disappears. Wait. As you can tell, I'm still learning. Wait, why? Bring last stitches to right needle. Yeah, that's correct. And then my yarn must be at the front of my work. Like that, and then you must be pulling it up such that there's like 2 stitches. Why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? Wait, let me do that again. So I think it's like that. This is our purl row. Bring last stitches to right needle via your knits, and then pull it up. I swear I'm doing it right, guys. I have no idea why it's not showing. Why am I doing it wrong? I'm assuming that it's right. Okay, clearly I am wrong somewhere. Give me a moment. I need to figure this out. I'm not getting this. See, guys, this is why, like, I say, sometimes things just don't work out the way you want it to. And like knitting wise, it's like I'm still learning so much that it's not working out for me. Let's see, what does it say? Purl across, and then what I'm supposed to do is that I bring this to the wait, lady, stop. Okay, just to get you guys out, I'm watching a video right now, trying to see how this. Wait, okay, wait. I am on a purl row, right? Purl across. Okay, if I purl across it, and then what she does is that she flips it around. She flips it around, and then she sorry, I dropped a stitch right there. Give me a moment. I need to bring that up. Wait. What did she do? Okay. So she flips it around, yeah. Okay. And then she brings this to the front of the row. Okay. And then she goes by the front pearl and then lifts it up. And then she pulls it up such that, oh, there you go, that's a double. So here's the double that like she was looking for. Can you see that? Like, can you see that? I don't know if you can. And then she just continues knitting it back. Okay, got it. So if you can see, like when she pulls it up, there's like a double right here. Can you see? Like there's one and there's two. Not sure if it's that obvious. Yeah, and then you just continue knitting it. So from here, I need to knit how many? Let's see. What was the pattern it says? It says I will knit another 36. So are these my hands? Yeah, these are my hands. Yeah. I don't have very wrinkly hands, but my hands are veiny. But yeah, let's see. I have to do 36. So 1. I'm just gonna count this so it's easier for me. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Alrighty, right here. I would say like the reason why I got into knitting. I always wanted to learn how to knit since I was young. But I think like the reason why I really decided to pick it up was I actually picked it up during COVID knitting, because I found out that there was like a knitting studio near where I was studying. And I was like, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to do this, might as well go for classes, right? And I saw the teacher. It was a private teacher, I would say. And I picked it up. I was going through a tough time then. And I was not very well mentally. So I thought like I needed something to distract myself and, give my hands like ways to like, this has something to do that it's not that doesn't involve, like it involves my brain but not to the kind of like extent whereby I need to think about things, and I really needed like something like that. So I think knitting really saved and put me through like a really tough time in my life, and that's why like I always look forward to starting a new project and challenging myself with it. Probably because it's like so much fun to just be able to enjoy the process, right? Yeah. There we go. 36. I hope that's 36. 1, 2, 3. Did I count wrongly? Wait. This is a double row. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. No, I got the 6. Yeah, I'm correct. And then I have to do the third one. I will do a double row. So the short row will be this way. So as you can see, I don't actually knit to the end. German short rows ask that you continue it like that. But it's interesting. It looks pretty. I just started. But yeah, thank you. As you can see from like this particular pattern itself, it writes here that from the 3rd to the 6th row, after like the double stitch, I have to do more. I have to like knit 3 more rows. So that's basically what it says. So I have to add 3 more stitches after every time I finish the double stitch. Yes. Code Dojun Fu. Yeah, so I have to add another 3 more into it. So I honestly don't know why the pattern's like that. I'm just gonna follow it. If it turns out the way I think it should turn out, I hope that's fine. Okay, let's try this side. Let's see. Let's try this without the video. Okay, so here we go. Here we have it on like the. This is the front side, and what I need to do is I turn the work, and then bring the stitches onto right needle, purl, and then pull it to the double. This is actually easier because you can see the double one here immediately, and then loop it down like that, and then begin to purl across the row. Okay, so I'd add 3 more to the 36. It'll be I'm confused. Okay, I double and I need 36, and then now I did this and I need to purl 39. No, so now the question is, because like I feel like this particular pattern is a little bit confusing. Because let me just bring this out. It says here that from the 3rd to the 6th, oh, I got a color. It says from here from the 3rd to the 6th, I have to do after like I do like the double stitch, I have to do 3 more of the stitches. I have to like knit 3 more of the stitches. I don't know whether it's included in this number or not. Is it? Is it? I'm confused. Okay, let's see the counting. 72, 74, 77, 68, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, let's add 4 stitches and then knit over 3. Okay, I get it. I don't have to look at this. This is not important. They added it already, so I don't have to add another one. It's just to let us know. Okay, that makes sense. I was confused. Yeah, and I think that's like the problem with oh, my camera turned off. Did I run out of battery already? No, please don't. There we go. We're back. We're back in business. Okay, so I have to do 39. Okay, let's count first. So starting from here, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, and this will be 36. 37, 38. Is it 39 though? Wait, want to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Yep, one more. One more. One thing I really like about Korea is that they have a lot of knitting stores with very like nice yarn. I actually saw online that they actually sell like a yarn with fox yarn, like fox yarn, and I was like, oh, I want that. But I think they stopped selling it, so I can't seem to get it online anymore. But I really wanted to try that out at first. Okay, so 39, and okay, now I'm back on the front side, and then I need to read it like that. Okay, let's see how this one works again. Knit, then bring it up to its double like that. Continue. Is that right? Is this right? Yeah, I think this is right. I hope. I could be wrong. Okay, we're gonna watch that again. I could never be sure. I could never be sure. So this is why I say it takes like a process for me to actually learn okay, wait, since it's actually pearl, huh? Okay, so I just have to like do like a pearl for this and then pull this out. Okay, there we go. And we get like the double rows here. And then all I just do is just continue knitting it out. Okay, there we go. I got it. I got it. Okay, so now I have to do, because this is the 4th row now, I have to knit 42. Okay. 1. Okay, you know what would be hilarious? If that actually the count itself included like the double stitch and I excluded it. Honestly, that would be hilarious and I'll have to redo the entire thing again. But you know what? I'm just gonna pretend that this is the right way and I'm gonna confidently go at it. Because that's what knitting is all about, right? You know, you kind of go through the process, you feel at it, and then you unravel it. I think I mentioned in another stream that for me, every single time I knit, I at least remove or at least unravel a work minimally 3 to 4 times. So this is actually pretty decent for me, I would say. In terms of like timing, so how is everyone doing? I hope you guys are having a great day. It has been a pretty long day for me, but I'm glad to end it with you guys. Okay, I think I am reaching the 39, and then add 3 more to that. Actually, it's easy once you have like the double knits here, because then you can just like add 3 more, you know. And then after this one, and then I just add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then that is our 4th row done. Now we move on to our 5th row. I would say that this yarn actually knits really quickly, so it's actually I actually do like it a lot actually. It's pretty good yarn, I would say. It's expensive though. I spent quite a bit on this. I always spend a lot of money on my yarn. As I mentioned, I don't really do acrylic, so all the yarns that I do is expensive. Okay. I am on 5th row, and I add that on the front, so I'm on knit row, turn work, bring last stitch onto the right with purl, pull. Yeah, this side is easier, and then just like keep knitting. Okay. So let's continue. And then add 3. You know what I'll be happy about is if like I reach the end and I realize I actually did it correctly. I think that would be like amazing. You know, personally, I hate coding. I never was talented at like the whole coding thing. And then I picked up knitting, and then somebody was like, you know, actually knitting is a lot like coding. And I was like, wait, you're right. Why are they right? It's because like if you actually haven't done coding before, if you get like one like comma wrong or like one space wrong even, your entire code fucks up, right? Right, pop off, yes. Your entire code just like dies, right? And I and I was like, oh my god, this is the same thing as knitting. If I missed like one stitch, bam, I have to restart the entire process again. I have to unravel it and restart it. And or like, you know, if like something's wrong, I have to like go back and like count the stitches and be like, where did I actually go wrong in this whole thing? And it's so tedious, you know, that I have to like go through it all over again. But I think like that's also like the fun part about it, right? You kind of just like, ooh, you know, am I reaching the end? Am I reaching the end? Or did I miss it already? Okay, it's fine. We'll find it. We'll find it eventually. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So like I think it's just very bizarre for like somebody like me who actually really hates coding to actually kind of fall in love with knitting in general. I think that's just so funny. But I think like what I really like about knitting as compared to coding is that you can see it happen in real life. Like I can see this like happening. This is actually forming. But if it's like a coding, I can't see it until like I go to the preview screen, and I think that pisses me off more. I would say. Okay, there we go. 3, and then we turn it. And then now we are now 6. Okay. So for this one, I have to make it in front, and then purl it, then bring it up until I see the double, and then continue knitting it down. And then I'll be done with my 6th row. 2, 3. I'm gonna count this row so that like I know that like I'm on the right track. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 21, 22, 23. Oh, I should show you guys the continental. So continental knitting, it looks a lot like that. So it's like instead of this side, it's on this side. And then 23, 24, 25, 26. I was gonna try to practice a lot on this, but I didn't do pulling. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Oh. 37, oh, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, I'm on track. Okay, 45. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Come on, baby. Yeah. 45, 46, 47, 48. And we are done with our 6th row. And then now we turn it over. And then we have to do our 7th row now. And it's a double S with a purl 52. So this time I have to increase by 4 instead of 3. That's what we did just now. So this is on the back again. I am not German short row. Bring last stitch. Then you bring it around. Then we purl it. 2. Let's go. I don't have to count for this. I just need to add on 4 to the back. Which I actually think that was what the notes were saying just now as well. So there's that. Anyway, for like knitting this cardigan, I'm probably gonna do it on stream, like not the entirety of it because it's gonna take a while, but every time like I get to like a new point whereby it's not just like plain knitting, I will like bring it on stream and I will talk it through you, just to show you like how the process of it is really like. It's a lot of like handwork, so I hope you guys are enjoying this though. I personally am. I love knitting. I think it's like a very therapeutic thing for me to do. I don't know if it is for you. I fear that yeah, that's the problem, right? Knitting is such like a slow job that it takes forever. But don't worry, I'll be playing like games and stuff as well. So it will be fun. It will be fun. We will not be doing this all the time. But I would definitely want to show like the interesting, like more technical bits of this on stream, because I do think that it's really fun to like just see that. I'm also just generally a very slow knitter, so I was actually debating earlier today, or at least like earlier this week, should I do like a knitting stream that I've been wanting to do, or should I do like an Animal Crossing stream? Because I know of like of viewers or these people that are coming in and like really enjoying the Animal Crossing ones. But I was telling myself like, no, you know what? I want to do something I like. it was pure selfishness that I'm doing knitting. Yeah, so you're just gonna bury me. I will get back to Animal Crossing eventually. Okay, then I just need to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. As you can see, there's like a nice slow slope here. Can you see it? This is what happens when you actually like knit it like in a German short row. Okay, then turn it around. This is a purl row. Then bring this around, things like that. Bring it up. So you can see, you can pull it up till you see the double stitch. There you see it. There we go. I don't know who. Okay, so the thing about knitting, which I find very interesting, is that you think that it's like a fixed amount of actually, like, how to say, like people already have like a set amount of things that they want to do. What I'm trying to say, how am I supposed to phrase this? Like people have, you think that knitting is like a set rule book, like the Bible, that like people have, whereby everything is already written in there, and all you need to do is just follow that. But that is not the case. Every year, there are new methods for knitting a specific thing, and I think that is so fun because it's like, god damn, like I never knew that there could be multiple ways of getting there. That's why I say it's a lot like coding, because it's like not one fits all, right? If you actually do coding, you realize that there's multiple ways to get through one thing. It's pretty much like everything in life, right? Like there are many ways of getting to a point. You might take forever, you might take a faster route, but then there might be trade-offs if you do like a part of like a one road, if you do like a quicker route, for instance. So like, for instance, there are certain knitting styles that may get you from A to B faster, but you then compromise on the quality of the work that you're doing in terms of like tension and whatnot. So there are those things that kind of like make it difficult, or at least speed things up, but like kind of cut through the process. But then there are those that are really long-winded, but then get you to a more good ending, I would say, like a nicer ending. So it just depends on how you do things, I would say, and how, like, where you learn it from. So I would say even until now I'm still like a student of knitting. I wouldn't consider myself good at it by any means. There's so much to learn, not even just about this. I haven't even started on the color blocking side of things yet. Color blocking is basically when you interswitch. They call it intarsia. There's like a way of doing it. It's called intarsia, where you use like two different color strands and make like a pattern. I'm not good at that. I personally tried it once, didn't work out well. I should try again. But I just haven't really gotten back into that. So that's another side of knitting that I haven't really gotten around to, really. But I should. Maybe I shouldn't do this using this. Yeah. This is on. Then I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Let me flip it around. And then let's start on the knit side. Bring this over, lift it up, turn it around. I'm getting hang of this. I'm getting hang of this. This is a 9th row, guys. I'm really excited. Speaking of, like, let's just talk a little bit about the next stream, shall we? I'm actually really excited for Friday's stream. It's gonna be a special Halloween special stream. I'm going to be discussing and actually talking through the different types of ghosts that are present in Southeast Asia and ranking them according to how scary I find them. I personally am not scared of ghosts. I think that ghosts, there's a concept of ghosts, basically departed people, and there's any reason to be scared of them anyway, because they are people once. So like, why must I be scared of someone who was once alive? I never understood that. My parents, I have parents. When I was younger, people used to say that if I were to ever meet a ghost, I would probably befriend them first. And I think that's true. I don't see that. I don't think there's anything to be scared of. I think if anything, we should talk to them and get to know why they're there, why are they being this way, and maybe help them move on. Find a better place. Or make them pay rents because rent is expensive these days, and I know I can't afford my rent. So yeah, make ghosts pay rents. Maybe if we did that, like the rent crisis will be like averted. You never know. If they contributed their money, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to resolve the financial and housing crisis. You never know. Okay, and 4 more. I'm actually almost reaching the end of this. I'm actually pretty shocked. This is a lot faster than I expected it to be. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, turn it around. Okay. Then now we're actually at number 10 already. Wow, we're fast. I think we can actually finish like the complicated bit till 15 today. The next row is a pro row. That's neat. I was actually thinking about extending my streams from 2 hours to 3 hours instead. Purely for like people to just come in and leave anytime they wish, and also just for me to get more stuff done, because I feel like 2 hours is constantly a bit of a rush to get things done, and I really want to like make sure that people get to see what I'm doing. So maybe I've been thinking about expanding it to about 3 hours per stream each time round. We'll see about that. As a baby streamer, this is how it is. But I thank you all for being here with me today. I am really happy that y'all dropped by, said hi, looked around. If you guys weren't here, I would be lonely. I would be sad and lonely. So I'm glad you're all here today. Thank you. I just dropped my yarn. Okay, now it's on the floor. For better or for worse. I was actually thinking of making a rocking chair for Kilo, at least for me, because like I feel like I like knitting scissors. I think that'd be cute. Like having like a toggle for that, like knitting and a rocking chair. I probably, if I were to do a rocking chair, I probably would have to figure out like the back and forth I'm not speaking well anymore. Mechanisms. Yes, the back and forth mechanisms of that. Eventually. So maybe if I have time, I might get that done. Make it like a nice little addition to this character. Let's see. 64 We are reaching the end of this bit. The beginning is always difficult. Okay, there we go. 4, the next spec. So this one, because it's a knit rule, bring this over, pull it up, bring it over, and then just continue crochet. Let's do this. So, okay, I realized I didn't answer a question just now, and I probably should. And that is, what was I trying to say? Oh, so for crochet, which is single needle, this is double needle, this is in knitting. Crochet is a single needle. Crochet, unlike knitting, has its own terminology. So there's like the British terminology and the American terminology. So for instance, what is a double crochet in American terminology is different from the British terminology. And you have to be very careful. So the certain patterns, like good patterns, will tell you whether or not, like good crochet patterns, will tell you whether or not they're using British or American crochet terminology. So from there, then you know like how, like what to use. So for instance, if I'm not wrong, I cannot really remember if it's correct, but I think American double crochet is one rung lower than British double crochet. I cannot remember. Probably will have to check my sources again. But that is how there is a difference for like crochet wise, but not so much of knitting, I would say. I am reaching like probably the end of it. Oh, camera. There we go. There we go. My bad. But the air has been getting drier in recent days, so I really hope that all of you are staying a little warm and dry. Wait, where am I? Okay, I'm on a pearl. I should probably have counted it. This is the last one. Do I have to do 4 more? Or is it 2 more? Yeah, 4 more. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then this is like the last one before we actually hit like the last bit. Great. Okay. So then this is to the back. Bring this forward. And then, am I doing it wrong again? I am. This forward. Oh, right. I didn't talk about this either. So last week, I remember I mentioned on Twitter that like Niles sent me on like a conference for Southeast Asia. So I was somewhere else in, I think, did I mention where I went? I was on another island basically, and I came across this knitting shop that sold like the most beautiful buttons I've ever seen in my life. They were like ceramic ceramic buttons, and I got like a star one. And I think like, okay, so for me, I don't buy yarn that I think are pretty unless like I know that absolutely know what I'm gonna make with them. It's just like for sustainability reasons and also just to save money. But yeah, so it was like the most beautiful star ceramic button I've ever seen in my life. And when I saw it, I immediately knew which yarn I am going to use it on. So I actually seen this yarn in like a local shop. It's like a sparkly blue, silver. It's like a very beautiful like galaxy like color. I have been looking at it for a long time because it's not only soft, it's also really pretty. But I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I don't know what project I wanted to use the yarn on, so I didn't buy it. I just kept going to the store and staring at it. And then when I saw that, yeah, that star button, I was like, holy shit! I know what I was gonna make. And yeah, so I bought the button. Once I'm done with the sweater, I probably will buy the yarn from that store because it's also pricey. To make a cape. So there has been a pattern that's been sitting in my cart for a long, not really cart, I already bought it actually, in my folder for a really long time. I haven't done it because there wasn't like a need for me to do it. Like I just didn't find a yarn that particularly like stood out to me and said like this is the yarn that I'm gonna make it with, or this is the style I'm gonna make it with. But now I have the button, I know what yarn is gonna fit that. The pattern is gonna come through. Edna Mode says no cape. But you know what? Edna Mode doesn't understand fashion the way that knitters do, and I believe that capes are such a beautiful piece of fashion. So I have to disagree with Miss Mode. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I really like that cape design. I've been like staring. It's a short cape. To be fair, she says no cape, but the cape that she looks at is like long. The one I want to do is short, so. It's like a short little nice little cozy cape that I could use as like a little trill over on really cold days when I'm in the office and there isn't enough like coverage for me. I think that would be really cute. Okay. 1, 2. Hey, why are you like that? Okay. 2, 3, 4. I'm so happy this is coming together well. Okay. Good gaji doogie. Okay, I'm on the 13. We'll be finishing this today, guys. So now we're gonna knit through. Purl, pull it through, then this, and then purl it onto the next. But yeah, I really like. I think one of like my favorite things about Vancouver is that they have a lot of very beautiful buttons that I wouldn't have gotten a chance to see if I didn't come here, you know? So I've been buying buttons, not a lot, just like those that I need. The buttons for this particular project are really pretty, so when I'm finishing up this sweater on screen, I will show it to you guys. It's so pretty, I love it. It's done by a local maker. I think the person's from Coquitlam, which is like an area here. It's really pretty. It's like a floral blue button, and I think it'll match so perfectly with this color of yarn. As you can tell, I'm a nerd. I love my crafts. I really do. But aside from that, let me think. Is there anything else of interest that is coming up? Is there? Not that I know of. I went apple picking for the first time ever. It was hilarious because I bought a tripod and I was like, I'm gonna take cute like pictures. And then my friend was like, hey, you know, we can't reach like the nice apples at the very top of the tree. They didn't provide us with step ladders. Could we, you know, use the tripod as a thing to like shake it down. And mind you, I just bought that tripod. Like I got that tripod for like I think $40. And like the first use that it was put to was to shake apples down. Honestly, I think that was such a good use of it. To be honest, I don't regret it. I think it was such like a perfect use of a tripod to get good apples. But at the same time, I can't believe that the use of a tripod has somehow devolved to being like a wooden cane used to, tap down fruits. So yeah, that was quite funny to me, to be honest. One of these streams, I'm just gonna play Thai music because I feel like Thai music is so good and not many people listen to it enough. So, if you hear Thai music one day on the stream, you know why. Go true, go to beach. Hey. Hey. It's not going true. There we go. So we are at the end. 2 more rows and we'll be done. But anyway, just want to let you guys see this. So as you can tell, this is what a German short row does. It kind of makes it like this like really nice little slope. And this is supposed to sit at your neck. So think of your neck lying here, and this is like gonna slope down your shoulders and shape it really nicely. So yeah, so this is why people do German short rows. Chimaris. It is, isn't it? This is what we call a stockinette stitch. It is the most basic stitch that one has to learn when they first start knitting, because it is literally just a series of knits and purls. You should see the pattern, Fluffy Egg Tart. You should see the pattern for the actual, like, let me show it to you since you're here. It's so pretty. Like this is the sweater that I'm making. Look at it. It's so cute, isn't it? Ah. I cannot wait to get this done. But yeah, to get there, it's a long journey. So I'll be doing like the more important bits. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, it's really pretty, right? So I'll be doing like the more important bits online, and then like the less like important stuff, like the more boring things off stream. Just still like get you guys like see how it is like to do all this kind of knitting. How long will it take to make? It depends on the knitter and how big the piece is. This is pretty small and the yarn actually knits up really quick. It depends on like how good the quality of the yarn is as well. This is pretty good quality yarn. I'm expecting that this will probably take about, if I'm consistently doing it, I want to count by hours. Let's just say if I take 2 to 3 hours a day to do this, I'll probably be able to finish it within 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks. But if you're slow, then maybe more than that. I personally, when I do sweaters, I usually take about a month, depending on how complicated it is. I think like there was one sweater that I did that took 6 months, but that was because like I was like Frankensteining a whole bunch of things together to make a star sweater. So this one is a lot easier, it's more straightforward, so I'm actually expecting it to take about, if not like if I was slow, 3 weeks probably. Both including on and off stream, yeah. But this is good yarn. This is a mix of cotton and merino. I think I was telling the rest that merino is actually animal wool, and it's a very soft wool. I'm personally allergic to wool. Not in like the really like, oh no, I need to go to hospital sense. But in a sense whereby it makes me itch after a while, so I can't use like 100% merino stuff. But a blend of it, I'm fine. Blend of it like this with cotton is fine. And the good thing about cotton is also breathable, and it is easier to wash. So I much rather have like blended fibers than like a pure fiber on its own. Honestly, that sounds super fast. My abandoned crochet project is staying in the same 3 rows for 6 months. Well, that's because have you been touching it? Have you been working on it? Have you been actively picking it up and going at it? If you have, I'm pretty sure you can get it done quick. I have projects too that have been sitting somewhere, but like, no. And there you have your answer. You really got to be consistent with your fabric, your crafts. You have to be consistent. I think that's the only way that you can get through things. Unfortunately, because if you don't move the needles, the work is not gonna clear itself up. That's the unfortunate reality. There we go. We are reaching the end. One more row and we'll be done with this part. Who knows, maybe I might unravel this and like make a smaller version of it. The problem with knitting is that, you never know until you finish it. And you'll be like, hey, wait, this is a little bit too big for my liking. That kind of thing? No, keep going. I'm going. As in, I was trying to say is that in order to get like a perfect fit for like knitting, sometimes you really have to unravel it and restart the process. I usually, for every knitting project I do, I expect myself to actually restart the project at least 3 times because of like errors. And like whether or not like sometimes I knit it and I'll be like, wait, this is too big or this is too small. I wanna like change the sizing. I did it wrongly. I need to start again. And that's why like sometimes like I mostly unravel stuff. If it doesn't look good, I'll unravel it and try again. That's how it is. Thank you. It keeps going. It looks great. Yeah. I have been knitting for about 5. Was it 5? Has it been 5 years already? No, 4. No. It started. Yeah, 5 years since I started. Oh wow. That's actually pretty long. I had like a whole bunch of knitted stuff at home. Like, what's the situation if you want to change sizes? Like, how will you know if you're knitting with it? Usually, if I knit something and I don't really know the sizing itself, like for this, like I know where this is gonna sit. This is gonna be on my shoulder. So what I do is that when I knit it like out, I would like measure it against my shoulder and see if it actually like lands where I want it to land, and see it from there. If I want to change sizes for knitting, I have to unravel it all and do it again. There is no other way for you to do knitting. If you want to change sizes, you have to unravel this and redo it again. No such thing as snipping it off. There are ways to do it, not advisable because it will not hold up. As you can tell, this is literally one strand. If you cut it, it's going to unravel the entire piece. You don't want that. Only like super duper experienced knitters know how to stitch cut knitted fabrics together, and even they themselves don't encourage it. It's actually much faster for you to unravel everything and then go smaller or go larger if you wish. Recently, there has been a trend of people going thrifting and finding like good quality yarns, like good quality sweaters, and unraveling it. Like I've seen someone online who saw like I think it was like a Ralph Lauren. Was it Ralph Lauren? I think it was a branded sweater. I don't know from what brand. It was a branded sweater. Merino. No, it's an Angora sweater actually. Angora. So like the fur of an Angora rabbit is really expensive. Thousands of dollars. And I think the person found like a pure Angora like sweater in like red. And they were like, I want a yarn of this. So they bought it like from the thrifted store and unraveled the yarn. just so they could reuse the yarn to make their own sweater again, which I thought was amazing because it's like, god damn, how can you be so lucky to find an Angora sweater? And like the first thing you do is not even to like wear it, it's just to unravel it and make another sweater. It's just so funny. Yeah, so like the thing about unraveling like good quality yarn is that it doesn't break as easily. And the good thing is that when you unravel like good quality yarn, all you need to do to like relax the stitches and make it go back to its original form is really to steam it. So some people actually do this whole process whereby they run like the yarn through steaming machines, or like they kind of like homemade their own steaming little factory, and they steam it such that the fibers will get back together. Yeah, it's pretty cool, I would say. I think I would love to try that in the future. I want an Angora fur sweater because Angora rabbits are like so soft, so fluffy, hypoallergenic, and the yarn that they spin is so soft. I want an Angora sweater. I want to make an Angora sweater. Hard to find. The yarn expensive as heck. I haven't actually spotted it in stores yet. I do know that some people actually take care, like, what do you? Yeah, you won't get itchy. Yeah, and the good thing, and I actually seen like videos of people like buying Angora, like taking care of Angora rabbits. Like they have like a whole legion of rabbits at home that they really take care of, and they basically just like make yarn out of their fur. And I'm like, god damn, I would love to do that too. Okay, I'm done for today, guys. I have reached like my 15. I wouldn't touch on like the remaining, like, so this is how it looks like. This is supposed to be, this part is like the top of the neck, and this is like the rest of the bottom of it. Angora yarn, I know, it's so cute, and like the bunnies are so adorable. I want Angora rabbits. I don't have the capacity to take care of them. But yeah, so if I'm not wrong, this should fit on my shoulders nicely. And then it's just gonna knit down and make like a really cute sweater. So today this is where it would stop. Everything else is in Korean, as you can see. So I need time to like translate it. Yeah, I have to translate this somehow. I understand it somewhat, but because there's a lot of like Korean terminology for knitting that I'm not really familiar with, I would have to Google that. But yes, that's like pretty much it for me today, guys. Thank you all for coming to my debut stream. I know I've been streaming for 4 weeks now. About 2, was it been 2 weeks since I started streaming. I've been doing a whole bunch of things. But this is my first official stream. I was supposed to have a counter at the top. Maybe let me just edit now. Thank you. Wait, let me just put like a text at the top of the screen. Can I type something there? Let's see. Manual, it will be 44 out of 3, 44. Oh, this is huge. Let me select the fonts. So the thing is that I actually intended on doing like a countdown of yes, I actually planned on doing like a countdown of streams at the side of like my of like the stream itself. Thank you. Yeah, the analytics is so pretty, isn't it? The person that I got it from was on Fiverr or Belly. Really cute designer. So this counter is gonna be here forever. Okay, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna make it look nice. But basically, this counter is gonna be the number of streams I have left to stream. And I would say today, as of today, it's only 43 left. Yeah! I have 44 streams to do. I have 43 left. I'm so excited. I can't wait to count down and clear all of these out. We will get there when we get there. So, yeah. I'll put it bottom here. Yeah, so it's like a page thingy. No? Here. Maybe here? No, that's gonna block stuff. Maybe here. You know, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out where this should go. But yeah, this is... Yeah. 43 left to go, yes! It is on this official streams. So So if like I actually feel like it, I might do unofficial ones. But we'll never know. We'll wait and see how it goes. But that's pretty much it for now. Let me just read like the basic stuff before we end stream today. Let me just lower the volume. So thank you all for coming to my stream. Just note that this stream, as with all my other streams, are part of a UBC Research study about a VTubing community. If you try me beta chat, you're considered to be consenting to participating. Anything entered your chat will be used as research data. If you don't want to do this anymore, just feel free to DM or email me, and that's all. This Friday, I will be doing a Halloween special stream. I still don't know like how I will look like, but we are going to be ranking Southeast Asian ghosts. So if you're interested in like ranking and figuring out which is the scariest ghost, please come and join. I'll be excited to see you there. And as always, have a good night and a wonderful rest of the evening. See you all next time. Bye.